We are highlighting the 20th anniversary of MomoCon, once again making its return here to Atlanta, where it all started. Joining me now are Chris Stuckey and Jess Merriman, the founders of MomoCon. Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, so first off, for those who may not know, what is MomoCon?
MomoCon is a giant celebration of all things animation, gaming, comics, tournaments, cosplay, wrestling, so many things. We run for 4 days, and it's a total party all 4 days.
Wow. This being the 20th anniversary of MomoCon, I wanted to know the origin story of MomoCon. Chris?
So MomoCon actually started by Jess back on the Georgia Tech campus. So we have kind of Atlanta origin story, if you will. In fact, the name Momo, it means peach in Japanese. And so it was started on the Georgia Tech campus through the Georgia Tech Anime and Video Game Club called Anime Otaku, which is itself a pun on the word otaku, which means a fan of anime for those who don't know.
Yes, and you will very intimately get to know all of the fandoms here at MomoCon that takes place in downtown Atlanta. So I'm curious, Jess, how much has MomoCon grown since its beginnings?
Quite a bit. In our first year, we welcomed around 750 people. It was pretty modest. We were on campus. It was really fun, and we were only 2 days. Now we're 4 days long. We're downtown at the Georgia World Congress Center, and we're going to welcome over 60,000 unique attendees. So it's gotten a little bit big.
How have you all been able to manage such a wide growth, a big growth here?
It's difficult. We're always looking ahead. When we got started, we kept doubling or tripling our attendance year after year for several years. So we would always have to look to whatever the next building we could get or whatever the next space we could rent. So we just have to stay ahead of that now. We're already looking at expansion for next year, the year after that, because the growth keeps going.
Yeah, so many people are excited for MomoCon during a busy time of year, Memorial Day weekend here in Atlanta. Chris, Jess, what are your favorite parts about MomoCon personally for you all? Chris, I'll start with you.
So we work on this thing, if you can imagine, all year. We have these plans, these pictures and ideas in our head, diagrams, and then it's the moment that you start seeing it built out in the convention center. The empty convention center turns into MomoCon over a period of about 48 hours with the hard work of a lot of people. And just seeing that transformation and that build out and that realization of something that has been an aspiration for a full year. That's my favorite moment because it's also quiet and it's not too crazy yet. But I also really enjoy being able to see everybody in the crowds and everything when they're enjoying themselves. There's just a bunch of people that get to be really excited for a weekend, and then knowing that I had some small part in that, it makes me really happy to be involved in MomoCon.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, bringing folks together, making sure they have a good time, and especially a good time with each other. And it doesn't help that Atlanta gets a nice chunk of change, too. Jess, what's your favorite part of MomoCon?
It's going to sound more pedestrian compared to that epic answer. I like the Disney singing contest. We have amateur singers that come in and they submit, and we have really world-class level performances of people singing classic and new Disney songs. I think it's really fun.
Wow. Okay, I might have to check in with you on that one a little later on. We're getting no singing during this interview, though. MomoCon, as we know, brings out the cosplayers. What are the coolest cosplays you all have seen?
Ooh, so last year, it was one of our cosplay guests who was out as a featured guest, but they had made this hugely elaborate piece of armor, and it was in like shining silver looking, had an effect on it that made it look like it was shining more, and these enormous wings. We've got a couple of photos of it on our Flickr from our back catalog. Absolutely stunning. It was probably my favorite cosplay I saw all of last year.
Chris, what about you?
It's honestly amazing the difference. And so you have these build-outs, like what she said, and then you have these really simple cosplays that are really simple, but they generate a lot of people interest. So like when somebody dresses their child or small baby as a Pikachu, and then they let them crawl on the floor and they're dressed as like Ash Ketchum. Those kinds of moments that happen at the event are incredibly fun, and everybody just, oh. So like when those moments happen, those are probably my favorite, but we also have the fun elaborate ones, like somebody built a full mech suit Gundam that they walked around in.
We had these guys build miniature Initial D, which is an anime about car racing. They had tiny miniature cars where their knees were up to their chins and they were getting into them. They were like screen accurate, except really tiny.
Yeah,
they go all out for this, for sure.
It's the inventiveness of people that really makes cosplay fun.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about that. Jess, Chris, I know over the last 20 years, you all have had some really high highs, and I'm sure not everything has been easy. What kind of challenges have you all had to persevere through, and what challenges and obstacles might you be facing in the future?
So the scariest moment of my life, just about in some ways, certainly in my business life, was definitely 2020. When the pandemic came around and we were not sure what the industry as a whole of live events was even going to look like going forward. The month of March in particular, March and April, is when we had to make the go, no to go decision about an event. And I told myself at that time, I said, when we're dealing with the everyday, he said, she said, little cut, death by 1,000 cuts, the normal stuff we're dealing with in the future, I'm going to remember this, and I'm going to be glad that I have it. I'm going to be glad that I'm here to deal with the little stuff. And I try to keep that in mind when I deal with the little stuff nowadays. Like, we have a lot of little stuff on our plate right now. The show's almost here. But you know what? The show's going to happen. And I'm going to be grateful for that every day that goes by, that I go by on this earth. I'm going to be grateful.
I love that answer. Wise advice there. Chris, Jess, I'll get you out on this one here. Why does MomoCon need Atlanta, and why does Atlanta need MomoCon?
As I mentioned, we started at Georgia Tech. So, Atlanta has been our home. And as far as we are concerned, Atlanta has been an incredible host to grow a business, to grow an event. And the people of Atlanta have been incredible and that their turnout and their passion that they brought to our show. Atlanta's often referred to as one of the geekiest cities in the country. And it definitely shows with people coming out to MomoCon. And I think that's a unique benefit that we have here in the capital of the Southeast. And I would say that Atlanta needs MomoCon. It's not, there are other events on the calendar year, but MomoCon certainly creates an opportunity for people to have fun and engage at this part of the calendar year. And when we think about what we also bring besides the economic impact that we bring through the hotel rooms and all the travel, 60,000 people, many of them are coming from different states. Many times we see online people, their first visit to Georgia is because of MomoCon.
Wow. Okay. Before we let you all go, what can folks know about MomoCon? When can they expect it to be here, and what can they expect?
Absolutely. MomoCon is coming May 22nd through 25th. We are downtown at the Georgia World Congress Center. You can find out more information at momocon.com on the internet. And there are still available single-day or 4-day passes for the event.
Good to know. Jess Merriman and Chris Stuckey, the co-founders of MomoCon, right here in Atlanta.